What's good, y'all? Shagan Makai. Welcome back to my channel. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're new, make sure you subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, and every subscriber helps. Over here on this channel, we talk about the NBA daily. So if you enjoy the NBA as much as I do, please subscribe. And we just hit 300 subscribers, so clap it up for that. Like the video if you're a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, then press subscribe. But yeah, today I want to talk about the Memphis Grizzlies and just what I think about how their future is, low key promising. Like it looks good. Because last night I was watching a Grizzlies fan on YouTube talk about the Grizzlies, and it's that Molly girl from Twitter. If y'all don't know her, she Molly Morrison, the girl that talks about the Grizzlies on Twitter. She cool and all that, but she cool. But yeah, I was just thinking like they have John Morant, who's one of the best point guards in the NBA right now, and it's gonna be a top 2 to 5 point guard, a top 5 point guard, going forward in the future. One of the most athletic point guards in the NBA right now. He's a great passer. He has the floater game, the in between game. He can shoot the three, but you'd love to see him improve at that aspect of the game. But right now, as a raw prospect going forward, John Moran is the real deal. And they've got Jaron Jackson Jr., who, when healthy, is a really good player. He can shoot the three. He's dominant inside. Got the post hooks. He gets the post up layups and all that. He has a mid range game. Obviously, he can rebound, but I don't think he. I think he has the potential to be an amazing defender, but he's not all the way there yet. And he has to stop the fouling thing. Everybody knows. Jaron Jackson Jr. issue is too much fouls. They have to take him out of the game because of foul trouble. So we don't get to see him play as much minutes as he could. And they've got a lot of a lot of nice young pieces. Dylan Brooks, I like him. Kyle Anderson, Slow Mo Anderson, I like him. They've got Grayson Allen, who is a better shooter than I thought he would be coming into the NBA, but he can knock down the three. They've got Xavier Tillman, they've got Desmond Bain. They just have a lot of nice young pieces that I like moving forward. And now the big kicker about this video was that in the next draft, the NBA draft coming up, the 2021 NBA draft, there's a lot of high end talent in this draft. You got Cade Cunningham, you got Evan Mobley, Jalen Suggs, Jalen Green, Jonathan Kuminga. You got a lot of guys like that. Just a lot of high end talent that going towards the future they're gonna be all star players, all NBA players. And John Morant right now is injured. He had a high ankle sprain a couple weeks back. He's coming back in like 2 to 3 weeks, I think, or something like that. And Jaron Jackson Jr., I don't know what's his problem again, but he's injured yet again. That's another issue with Jaron Jackson Jr. He's always injured. But since he's injured, he's not playing. So right now, the Memphis Grizzlies are without their two best guys, their two best young guys who, even if those guys were playing, they still want to win every game, but they win more games. So now with them out, they're gonna lose even more games, and the record's probably gonna be horrible. And John Moran comes back, eventually, and Jaron comes back, eventually. But in a shortened season like this, where these games really count and the record is really gonna count to be higher up in the standings, the Grizzlies probably gonna finish like 14th in the East. I mean, 14th in the West, like 13th, 14th in the West, most likely, because they just not that amazing right now, and their guys are injured. So they're at minimum a top 5 pick. At best they get the number 1 pick. They get to take a Cade Cunningham or something like that. But I like a core like any of the lottery guys from this draft coming up, plus John Moran and Jaron Jackson Jr. Moving forward, that big three it seems to be a championship duo. I mean, a championship trio, because and then when you combine all the young guys, Xavier Tillman, Desmond Bain, you really have yourself a nice young basketball team moving forward. All you need to do is just get a competent head coach who knows how to utilize these guys. And you would need for John Moran and Jaron Jackson Jr. to develop well next to each other, and you would need for whoever. So the reason I say I like the Grizzlies' future is because when I think of Jaron Jackson and John Moran, on the same court at the same time, and then you add one of these lottery guys from the 21 draft class, I think that's going to be an amazing team in the Western Conference in the future. And they might be poised to make the playoffs in like a year or two. Cause, no, not in a year or two, but like 2 to 3 years, they probably going to make the playoffs. Because if they came that close to the playoffs last season, just imagine when you add another good piece to that young team. So that's really why I'm excited about the Grizzlies' future. Also, I just love John Moran. He was my guy coming out of the draft, and I just think that he's a rare player. I wouldn't say he's generational, but like we haven't seen his athleticism plus his level of shooting. Not saying it's super high level, but John Moran is definitely an above average shooter. Yeah, he might be average. I ain't gonna lie, but basically, I really like the idea of John Morant. And when he came into the season this year, he averaged like 26 points and 6 assists. So you got your playmaking and you're driving and facilitating already. And then Jaron Jackson Jr. is obviously going to be the scoring guy, and hopefully he can develop into to be a great defender. But and then like I said a billion times, but when you add somebody from this 21 draft class, it's really going to be exciting what they do for the future. And they got Tyus Jones too. I forgot to mention him. He's gonna be good. He can definitely play defense. He can definitely, be a good off the bench kind of guy. So can Grayson Allen. So can Xavier Tillman. So can Desmond Bain. I like Kyle Anderson. Like I like all of these young Grizzlies guys. They seem to be a very very solid team of young guys. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's really what I got to say about the Grizzlies' future. I really just like the prospect of them getting such a high pick this year, similar to what the Golden State Warriors did this year. They still had Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green coming back. Well, Klay Thompson didn't come back, but they still had all those guys coming back. But because they were all injured, it was a down year. So now you can get a good high draft pick and mix it with already a foundation you have built. So I think that that's what's gonna work. What's working for the Warriors right now with James Wiseman is gonna work 10 times better. For the for the Memphis Grizzlies because John Moran and Jaron Jackson Jr. are probably going to be better, going down the line than Steph Curry and Jaron Green are, just because they're younger. But yeah, if you see the end of this video, thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.